If you just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's start this weekend off right. Hey, yo, GMS fam, the green room. Welcome back to the GMS show. It is Monday. We are back to the regular week. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's in good spirits, good health. Hope your families are doing well. Hope everybody's chasing their goals, getting to the money, doing what they need to do to survive. You know, we start out every show with peace, love, positive energy, good vibes, passing it forward, hoping that you pass it along as well. GMS fam, the green room. Make sure that if you are here live, you tap in to the live chat. Let me know you are here. As a matter of fact, shout out where you're from, too. Let me know where you checking in from, man. Ty Ward in the building, Glittery Bubbles in the building, D. Howe in the building, Willie Rouse in the building, GMS level 3. 2, 1, one of those, one level something. He is a member of the GMS show. You can become a member by hitting the join button below my face. Trey 979 is in the building. Antoine Washington is in the building. CDT Beats is here. It's time, man. We got some things to talk about, man. Today's show, you know, I always say we start out with peace, love, and positive energy and good vibes. And I mean that. But I want y'all to understand that when it comes to peace and love and positive energy, sometimes you can be thrown off your course just as a human. You know, not everything is all bubble gum and happiness and sunshine. You know, some things may get under your skin and you may have to speak on some things, but that is the human trait of us all. And today, there will be nothing short of keeping it real and honest and authentic and genuine. Because there are some things on my mind. There are some things on my mind today that I have to talk about. And I'm tired of these folklore boogeymen that we create in our culture that make us not stand up to some shit or make us be hesitant to speak on some shit. I got a lot of things to discuss today, different topics, but one of the main topics that I want to get into right now so that we can get this shit out the way is this Jay Prince interview that he did on $1 Million Worth of Game. Now, if you don't know, or maybe you heard, Jay Prince, his son, I don't think Jazz, Jay Prince Jr. was there. And another person who was there the night that Takeoff was shot and killed for absolutely no reason. Now, ever since that night happened, there's been so much speculation surrounding the things that have happened, whose fault it was with who shot the gun, why it happened, the argument, if it could have been prevented, all of this stuff. Different videos are coming out. There were people who were there with the group who decided to take their phone out and record a lifeless body than to even go to the authorities to give their account of what happened. So backwards out here. But I want to discuss this because, for one, I don't know why Jay Prince has taken it upon himself to do multiple interviews to talk about this situation. I mean, I have a feeling, I have an educated guess as to why he's trying to jump out in front of something. You know, usually when people try to jump out ahead of something, it's because they're trying to prevent themselves from taking accountability or taking fault for anything that happened. Now, the person that shot and killed Takeoff was not with the group, was not with Migos. He wasn't a friend of the Migos. He wasn't there. He didn't pop up with Quavo and Takeoff that night. Who he was with, who he was invited by, was Jay Prince Jr. and their clique. So now that this situation happened, they're trying to separate themselves as far as they can from the incident and as far as they can from the guy that did it. And I'm going to play some clips from this interview because I need y'all to take full context of the things that have happened and the things that were said on this shit. Now, the first thing I want to play, because it's been one of the main things that have been talked about in the culture, is that when rappers go to certain places, you know, LA, they go to Houston, they go to Atlanta, different places, or Chicago, people say that you have to check in as an artist, as a rapper, as an entertainer. You have to check in if you want to perform or if you want to handle any business in a certain city that these niggas don't own. I've never understood that check-in shit. And I never understood the fact that none of these motherfuckers own shit but want to act like they have to have people check in with them. Now, it has been a topic of conversation for years now that Jay Prince and the Prince family, Rap-A-Lot, Mob Ties, whatever you want to call them, they have been having people check in and basically extorting people just so they can have safety when they're out in Houston. One of these people actually is Drake. And it's hilarious to me that people really believe the character that Drake is trying to pull off. Like, people don't understand. Drake is a beige Jewish kid from the suburbs who thought Canadian slang was ignorant. And then once he started to get popularity inside hip hop culture, now all of a sudden he is top boy, bad man tings, all types of weird shit. Now don't get it mistaken. Oh yeah, him and Jay Prince and the Mob Ties and Rap-A-Lot Records, they have such a close relationship. They're like this. But the only reason they're like this is because Drake pays well. Don't get it mistaken. Now, here's the first clip I want to play for y'all real quick of Jay Prince answering the question if people have to check in. And you let me know if you believe in what he's saying or not. Check this out.
And I'll begin with me, and then he can speak, and they can speak for the other generation. But I'm a never, you know what I mean? We don't have time for no sucker shit like that. You know, now a lot of people from the different police departments and all these different people want to insinuate like we extorting people. They have to check in. Man, that ain't no money in that shit. I wouldn't have. I got more money than I could spend, right? So I don't want to.
First of all, did you notice how he just tripped himself up? The man admitted to extorting rappers without even trying to admit, like he did it without even putting himself on blast all the way. If you smart, if you can use your brain, you can tell that he just told on himself. If you don't extort people, how the fuck do you know if there's money in it or not, Jay Prince?
Say, go Gil, that shit ain't gonna work.
We're talking about something that has been talked about for years, and how a lot of these street dudes maintain their bread other than doing other street activities is when they extort rappers, because a lot of these rappers really don't live the street life. They need the, please understand why there is money in this shit. If you think every rapper is really about that life, really in the streets like that, do you think the topic of checking in or being extorted is even a thing? Hell no.
It ain't gonna turn out right because real niggas ain't gonna have that no way. You know, check in for what? But on the flip side, there is.
You mean like NBA YoungBoy?
What you call a brownie point to be able to have us as friends. You know what I mean? I don't want to impose or force myself to embrace nobody. But by the same token, those that I respect and I befriend, there is a difference coming into the city as our friend versus by yourself.
So, in other words, no, I don't extort people, but if you need some friendship to help you stay safe in Houston, you might want to come through and be our friend. And the only way that you can befriend us is if you pay us for our services. It's a passive-aggressive way to say you extort niggas. He couldn't actually say, he could say he doesn't extort people, but checking in and whether or not people pay him for his friendship and his protection out there, he couldn't answer that, even though that's what the fuck that means. Now, let's keep going, man, because there were some more things that had me on the fence about this whole interview. It pissed me off to, first of all, we're gonna get to what he had to say about Offset, but we have to go through a couple more things when it comes to the situation. I noticed that his friend, the guy in the middle here that you see with the dreads and the white shirt, at one point in this interview, he broke down crying. And it was a nice little touch. Still didn't believe you. Still didn't feel like, oh, well, I guess these guys didn't have something to do with this. No. The only reason why I feel like he was crying is because the Mob Ties family is under the microscope and they are losing credibility very fast over this Takeoff situation. I mean, the credibility was being lost in the first place, but this situation did not help them. How many people you think are going to come in to ask and pay for protection from these guys who had their own guy be the one to take out Takeoff? Your own guy did that. Not some random nigga on the street that was walking up and saying, oh, there go the Migos, let me rob these niggas. No, it was y'all own guy. How are y'all out here trying to protect niggas when y'all the one killing them? And Jay Prince did a lot of talking in this interview. A lot of talking. And a lot of the reason is because I also feel like the dude who got caught up is being paid to take a fall. This is my opinion. I think the person that did this is being paid to take the fall. And the fact that the whole entire Mob Ties family can't go down with him is the reason why Jay Prince is sitting here on this platform talking about that man the way that he is. It's not because he wants to completely, he wants to remove the dude from having ties with the mob, but also because they want to be able to clear their name of any wrongdoing. Please remember that right after this happened, this dude tried to flee the country and get a fake passport to leave the country. Where did he get the money to do that? I wonder. There's a part in this interview where Gilly asked a certain question and Jay Prince didn't know how to answer it. I want y'all to hear this. Listen to this.
To the people that say, okay, Prince family been doing this for years. Been bringing people down. They've been hosting them. You know, nothing like this ever happened. You feel what I'm saying? What What about the people that feel like still nothing should have happened because they was with the Prince family, and the Prince family is well respected. Nothing should have happened. What do you say to that?
What I would say to that is, I have a track record, man, and the Prince family have a track record of 30 plus years.
You sure fucking do.
You know what I mean? Honoring and loving on our guests and being with our guests, and no shit like this never happened. But here's the thing, and this is what people don't understand. We ain't never had nobody to attack us. If you know what I mean. When a man attack a situation with a weapon, then, it become a playing field where, any and everything goes. So that's what we're dealing with right here, and that's the root of this situation. And he didn't attack the Prince family, but he attacked, people that we know, and it was totally unnecessary, you know what I mean, for you to attack a man with a weapon. Because what that's gonna do is put a man in a position where he wanna protect himself. And that was the root of igniting this gunplay.
But to clarify it real quick so they can understand, we're not talking about Takeoff attacking nobody.
No, not at all.
Yeah, so they can understand.
No, not at all. Not Takeoff and not nobody from Houston, attack nobody until, the homie that was with them would take off them, whatever his name may be. He giving all kinds of statements on this police report we have, so we can read his name and everything, because he put himself in a position where he's cooperating and telling a lot of different lies. So
now, here's the part that people have been talking about. If you caught that at the end, he's talking about somebody who is now cooperating with the police. This is why the mentality of the streets is so fucked up, because the whole snitching in the street shit, I was under the impression that if two people or more do something illegal together that they planned out and they did this shit together, and then one person gets caught and tells on everybody, or they all get caught and one person tells on everybody, that's snitching. I didn't know that if you kill somebody's nephew for absolutely no fucking reason, that they can't cooperate with the police. Because I'm pretty sure he is implying that Quavo is talking to the police. What other dude is he talking about that was there with Takeoff? If you're not talking about Quavo, be clear about it. Be clear about it. You're not talking about Quavo, then say who the fuck is apparently speaking to the police about the situation. I mean, it wouldn't matter, because you're talking about the person that shot Takeoff, and you're going in on him and implying that he did what he did and prosecuting him before he even gets to trial. You're talking about you're saying this man attacked and went on the attack, and now somebody from the side of the person who was killed is cooperating with the police. Now there's a problem. If I was Quavo, guess what I would be doing? Yes, this sorry ass nigga over here heard us arguing about basketball and took a fucking gun out and shot my nephew in the fucking head. Get this nigga the fuck out of here. Why are we protecting him? And why is anybody protecting the Prince family? If anybody needs to get the fuck out of here, it's them. Then you have this shit where Wallow asked the question, because in that video, the video with Takeoff and all the shit that happened, there was a part that was going viral of Jay Prince Jr. walking right past the lifeless body of Takeoff after everything happened. He wasn't standing there to try to get help. He wasn't trying to help Takeoff. I know there was clearly nothing that he could have done, but in that moment, you don't know what the severity is. And this man walked in with his entourage into a restaurant while Takeoff laid there dead. Somebody who you supposedly love and care about. Love so much that the nigga standing next to you who you said was walking behind you was on this interview crying. I didn't see him crying in that fucking video. The man walked into the restaurant to apparently wash his fucking hands off of blood. Jay Prince Jr. talking about he was in the restaurant paying a bill when the shit happened. And the gunshots was coming through the restaurant. Who you know walks out to where the gunshots are at? I thought people moved out of the way. I thought people tried to get out of Dodge. You telling me that you heard gunshots inside a restaurant and decided to walk out like, hey, what was that? No, my guess is you realize the people you was with fucked up and you wanted to try to remove yourself at that moment away from that situation before there were cameras or anything else to be recording on you or anything. Which, I mean, there's cameras everywhere. You can't avoid shit. But his actions in that moment did not look like of a person that gave a fuck about Takeoff. Right, he stared at him and left. Listen to his excuse.
A lot of people seen the video. It was a few seconds. And Junior, they seen you walking by. We understand that, Quavo, Takeoff, they was down here with y'all. But they seen you walking by. He's laying on the ground. You got Mike bending down, and they seen you walking by. What took place there?
This the crazy thing about that video, right? Is one scenario is that they see Mike on the ground trying to help Takeoff. But in the video, Mike was right behind me. People didn't peep that. People think that I'm the one who had a voice. I mean, I'm the one who was speaking in the video when I wasn't. If you go back and look at the video, Mike is walking right behind me. They took 3 seconds of a situation where I was caught on video and turned it into what they wanted it to be.
Jay Prince Sr. has passed down the worst vocal cords and speech to a child that I've ever heard in my life.
But in all actuality, we had been there for a while. Mike was following me so we can go to the restroom so he can wash the blood off his hands. And so he can enlighten me to what transpired, because I wasn't even out there when this transpired. I was inside paying a bill. So I had no knowledge of what had transpired outside. As I'm walking I had just got done paying the bill. As I'm walking to the door, I hear gunshots. And then I also hear bullets coming through the glass. So I got out the way because I was almost at the door. So I end up getting out the way.
Fucking lying ass family, man. A bunch of lying ass niggas, man. What is wrong with these guys? What is wrong with these guys? And you know you lying when you pop up to a whole interview with paperwork, bruh. Paperwork. Jay Prince, I'm talking about a nigga that just got done talking about somebody snitching or somebody talking to the police, has brought paperwork to an interview to try to clear his name. I'm going to tell you the problem with this paperwork once you listen to this.
How do you feel about things that were said in that police report?
Man, if Gila would be so nice to just read some of this police report, just some of the things so the people won't think I'm making up words, I think it'll be helpful.
All right, let me see. So, Willie Bland, who admitted to firing a weapon at the scene, he stated that he seen the 2 males he had identified as Joshua and Watkins throughout the evening, that he had seen them with guns. He believed that Joshua said something and began pulling a gun, so he reached and punched him. He thought that males were about to try and rob Quavo.
Now, we can just stop right there. And let me just explain that little piece how I feel about that bullshit. Now, clearly, this Bland dude and gave a police report that he seen these two guys with guns earlier. But these the same two guys that he decided he was gonna punch with his gun out and hit them with a gun. What do you think gonna happen? You know what I mean? You seen these niggas with guns and you gonna hit them? You know, these people, these same guys that he talking about, man, if any enemy would have came their direction, they'd have had some problems. But as you can see, this clown saw that and decided, I'm gonna try them two guns with my one. And then he tell a blatant lie about they getting ready to rob Quavo. And Lord knows if anybody, any of them people would have tried to rob or touch Quavo, it was gonna be some real problems. So that's just not true.
So apparently, a person that was with Quavo and they group in Takeoff described the situation as he saw two people with guns on Jay Prince's side of things, Jay Prince Jr. and all his squad when the argument was going on, and that he went and punched a guy who had his gun out. And when he punched the guy who had his gun out, the one guy who shot ended up shooting, or maybe the other guy with the gun, whoever was the guy that he punched, because we don't know who he punched. He punched somebody, and that sparked a reaction for them to shoot, and one of those bullets hit Takeoff. Crazy part about him reading this police report is, how are you trying to tell people that the person that shot Takeoff was dumb and he wasn't with y'all and all types of shit, while simultaneously trying to defend him by saying, basically, in a nutshell, that this was self-defense. Unfortunate accident. And then tried to remove this guy from being a part of your clique or being a part of your group, as if there was no reason for him to be there. Like this was just some party and this guy showed up who was just acquaintances with everybody. Nah, your son brought this dude around because the dude was the shooter. He was the designated shooter on the squad. That's why he was around. He was brought there at the request of your son, Jay Prince Jr., who learned from you, senior. So when you have somebody who is a part of the clique and they are the shooter, that's what they're there for, to shoot shit. He wasn't there to be in an argument or to go back and forth with people. He was there that if something went down, he's supposed to pull his shit out and start blasting. That's what the fuck they do. And inevitably, they are the fall guy. Because when you take on the role as a shooter, you have to take on the role as the fall guy who, when shit goes down and then you get caught, you have to take on those charges. You have to take on the consequences and the repercussions. But you also have to trust the fact that the people you did that for would take care of you and your family while you lock the fuck up. So, to me, this is a role that he's playing. A very dangerous role that he's playing, especially when it comes to people that you only know industry-wise. You were close with them industry-wise. Another group of people that you were extorting and making it seem like y'all had a genuine, authentic relationship, like family. But let's just keep it real. All y'all niggas was rich, y'all was famous, and y'all had a good time hanging out. Y'all niggas was not close like that, which killed me. Because at the end of this episode, Jay Prince took the time to address Offset. And what he had to say about Offset, well, I'll let you hear it for yourself.
This Offset dude.
Listen to this,
leave
man.
him out. You know, I'm just real like this, you know, because, you know, niggas be throwing rocks and hiding their hand, right? They be throwing rocks and hiding their hand. And I don't like them kind of individuals. You know, and the truth of the matter is, you know, one can can dance and different things in front of these different cameras and all that kind of shit. And when reality, the truth of the matter is, you know, nigga, you wasn't really right there with Takeoff when he was alive. You know what I mean? So for you to be taking these positions that you taking, you know what I mean? And I got people everywhere, so I hear all kinds of things. I'm gonna just say this to you. Don't never put me in no position where, you know, I have to defend myself. You know what I mean? That wouldn't be healthy for you. And, you know, I have to say that. I hate, but it's $1 million worth of game. You know what I mean? It's $1 million worth of game, and I'm going to give it to him right on $1 million worth of game, because I ain't going to throw rocks and hide my hand. I'm going to just let it be known, you know, to him, because I hear what's being said. And it's all love after that.
You evil, weird-ass, extortionist, losing the top of your fucking hair top having ass nigga. Do you understand how crazy that is? Do you understand how sinister that is? How evil that is to sit there and tell somebody who actually grew up with a motherfucker, who's actually family with the motherfucker, that they weren't as close as they were? Like, you saying that you were closer to this person than the person that grew up with them and knew them and got money with and became successful superstars with. You telling me that you know them better than Offset? You mean to tell me that you're threatening the cousin of the person that you are responsible for killing? Imagine that. Imagine how fucked up in the head that is. See, when people tell a lie for so long and build this character about themselves for so long, they start to believe it. I genuinely think this man thinks he's the boogeyman. I sincerely feel like this man thinks he's untouchable. Or that because of what him and his family are doing, that he's closer to people than they actually are. That by far, like, how could you not understand somebody like Offset feeling the way that he feels after the murder of his family member, the godmother of his child, or the godfather of his child, excuse me. How do you even fix your mouth to say some shit? Then to say that, oh, I hear everything. Well, I mean, I'm sure you could have pulled up, could have said something, could have called them instead of going to the internet, but that's what the fuck that family likes to do. That's what Jay Prince Sr. likes to do. He likes to go around and be like, yeah, I'm going to say something on the internet because I spark fear. Nah, not today. Not today. Offset said, fuck that shit. I'm not finna have this nigga say no stupid ass shit like that about me and my family and not say nothing. So he took the chance to respond. This is what Offset had to say.
Hey, first off, y'all niggas speaking on my real brother. I don't know what y'all niggas got, what the fuck y'all niggas got going on. Y'all niggas speaking on my real brother. How dare one of y'all niggas even speak on me and Tate relationship, nigga? I don't know you niggas from a can of paint, nigga. Y'all niggas don't know how me and my brother rock, nigga. You trying to clear your face, nigga. This your 5th interview, nigga. You done did about my brother, nigga. You ain't think about his mama. You ain't think about the family, nigga. We ain't said nothing. Ain't nobody said nothing but you niggas. You niggas, man, who y'all nigga think y'all nigga is? John got it, nigga. Ain't nobody going for none of that, bro. I ain't studying none of that shit y'all nigga talking about either. And if you heard something from me, I'ma tell you it's gonna come from me. Call my phone. Y'all nigga going off of he say, she say. Then y'all nigga supposed to be this is who y'all supposed to be. And y'all nigga on interviews and it out on an interview talking about I said that. Nigga, call my phone, homie. You call my phone, we'll have a conversation. Then what I'm talking about, all that internet games.
First of all, you can hear the obvious anger in this man's voice. So much so that it was damn near trembling. Like he was on some like that. I could tell he felt highly disrespected. And one thing that stuck out to me more than even Jay Prince having the nerve to try to threaten this man is what Offset said about him saving face. Going out, doing multiple interviews, speaking on this situation when the family of the man who died hasn't even done that yet. We haven't seen an interview from Quavo, from Offset, from Takeoff's family, QC, nobody. We have not seen them speak about this situation at all. But here is Jay Prince on his 5th, 6th, 7th interview talking about this situation in detail. Does that not sound like a person that is trying to run away from guilt? If I had nothing to do with this shit, fuck what the internet is saying. The police got that shit covered. If I don't have nothing to do with it, my name's not attached to it, I don't have to explain shit to nobody. Y'all can run with some fucking internet speculation if you want to. Clearly, if I didn't have nothing to do with this shit, I'm not finna go on no clear my name tour. But that's just what the fuck is happening in front of our faces. And it's even weirder that we've gotten to the point where how all these quote unquote super gangster ass motherfuckers who you got to check in with and they mob ties and all this other shit will be in interviews talking the way that they are talking. Boy, I swear to he has done more damage to the man who killed Takeoff's chances of being free than the police or any investigator or anybody who went to give their stories to tell them what happened. They have done a lot. This looks guilty. In this interview, and I'm not, you know, I don't feel some type of way about Gilly and Wallow doing an interview. They got to do what they do. They're media. They're part of the media now. They're not people that are out here, you know, trying to live by street rules and street codes. They see what, you know, legitimate money can do for your life and for your family. There's no reason why you should still be in the street. So I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna expect them to live by some fucking street code when they out here getting it legitimately. It's just, you know, a few times I wish they would have spoke up a little bit more. I appreciate Wallow for asking the questions that needed to be asked, but when the answers were given, there was no pushback. There were no pushback. And the pushback to me, there's one thing when you're talking about an open case and when you're talking about murder, I wouldn't want to expound on a lot of shit, especially if it could fall back on somebody. But when it comes to that extortion shit, when it comes to checking in, as soon as Jay Prince said that they don't do that shit or that there's no money in that shit, niggas should have got some pushback on that. Because it's very well known and documented by several different people that those are the exact people you have to go to when you go to Houston and you want to check in, or if you some niggas that's in the street. Because ain't no R&B artists or no alternative or backpack rappers going to check in in Houston with Jay Prince and them. All street niggas in the industry have to go and check in places. That's the one thing we forget to talk about. It's a certain demographic of black people that have to check in. And those are the motherfuckers out here doing these types of shits or want to try to, or even if you're not in the streets, you try to portray like you are. Then you inevitably fuck yourself over, aka a Chris Brown or a Drake or a fucking even a Soulja Boy. Out here in LA screaming fruit town power rules, fruit. Nigga ain't no fruit. Well, he might be a fruit, but he ain't no fruit town Pyru. Damn near got his ass beat on camera trying to pretend to be something that you not. And the whole time you getting extorted. Chris Brown became a blood living out in LA because he was getting extorted by said gang. Drake got mob ties because he pays very well. Shit makes no sense to me, man. But I do hope that Takeoff gets his justice. I hope whatever statement that they're using to lock that man up, that it's good enough to put him away forever. We need to get away from these type of individuals, the motherfuckers who will continuously try to bring us down as a community by pulling this dumb street shit that's unnecessary. Somebody made a point. They said over 50 years of this man, Jay Prince, terrorizing the black community in whatever way that he's been doing it in this music industry, and we still try to put this man on a pedestal like he is some type of royalty in the culture. He is a virus. That family is a virus. Anything that is not of positivity or anything that is not beneficial to our community is a virus. And once we start hanging on and attaching that mentality to our brains, we will start moving correctly and pushing the right people out. I can't stand the Prince family now. I didn't know much about them niggas over the past few years, and once I started really learning and watching these videos and, you know, educating myself on certain things that was going on in their actual contribution to music, I was like, oh, these motherfuckers are staying afloat off of a fucking myth. Jay Prince Sr. is not the boogeyman. The Prince family don't run shit other than what's going on in their spot in Houston. They do not have say anywhere else in the country. Please believe that. Please understand that. That's why they need the relationships that they have everywhere else, so that they can uphold this myth that they just have so much power and so much relevance, and they contribute so much to the culture when they actually fucking don't. They really don't. Nobody can act like, talk about the shit that happened in the past for Rap-A-Lot Records. What's happening now? What has happened over the past 10 years where you can say that Rap-A-Lot Records or Jay Prince has contributed so much to this culture positively? I know the boxing is one. I'm talking about this rap culture. He's not going and killing other boxers. He's not. Jay Prince isn't going out and having beef with niggas that can actually punch his fucking lights out. It's easy extortion. It's easy extortion for this culture, for the music culture, because they know a lot of these niggas aren't actually like that. And when you apply pressure to the right motherfuckers, you can extort the right motherfuckers. This music culture, man, we have to change the narratives around a lot of shit. We do. We have to try to protect what's ours and what a lot of people have spent countless hours, blood, sweat, and tears to help build. We can't be going out like this. This can't be the image of what in the standard of what our culture is. When we start pushing back on shit, when we actually start speaking out against this shit, we actually add value to this culture. You see what happens when we don't pay attention to that, or if we just let anything go. We start getting motherfuckers like Bad Baby and shit. Like we'll have niggas like Macklemore and Jack Harlow in the best rap album categories and shit. And I'm not hating on artistry, because those two guys are good artists. But there are way too many black artists in this culture for you to sit up there and add one of these niggas to the best rap album list at the Grammys. That's all I'm saying. Also, I hope that, because I want to address this real quick, because it's actually Offset tweeted about this situation, because you know how rumors spread. A rumor was spreading earlier today saying that Quavo and Offset got into a fight backstage at the Grammys before the Takeoff tribute. That shit started spreading like wildfire. TMZ reported it. A bunch of places reported it, but then Takeoff just like an hour ago, tweeted out, yo, what the fuck I look like fighting my brother? You niggas is crazy. In other words, dismissing that rumor. And I'm actually happy about that. That's where I want to leave this topic right here. I want to leave it on a good note to say that those two brothers did not fight. And I'm glad that rumor was false, because it actually made me sad. You know what I'm saying? It actually made me sad, because it wasn't because of these guys, because I don't know them personally. So it's not that, them specifically made me sad, but it's like everybody can relate to having problems with, certain family members, and how, things can boil over, how things can get heated, and you never know how, things can turn out. And it's just sad to think about, because it's like, what else do you have to fight about, man? The Takeoff's gone. What else do you have to fight about? What else are you mad about? What are you holding on to? Clearly, the perfect example of life is too short and never hold on to anger was that instance right there, was Takeoff's death. So why would y'all be continuing on any type of fuck shit? So I'm just glad that, that didn't happen. Now, I have to speak on this situation because we done talked about Jay Prince head top for too long. I have to speak on what happened this morning regarding Stephen A. Smith and Jay Williams. Now, Stephen A. Smith and Jay Williams got into a heated argument live on First Take on ESPN. They were discussing Kyrie Irving, and you all know when Stephen A. Smith talks about Kyrie, he adds a little extra because he hates that nigga. Now, Jay Williams, as of lately, over the past year or so, has been very vocal in defending his points and also not being afraid to step up to Stephen A. Smith. And today was no different. Now, YouTube, I know you're gonna hit me with a copyright. I don't give a shit. Because I want y'all to see. I need y'all to see the faces of these men as they went back and forth. I know these niggas don't like each other. I know. It is a fact that these two do not like each other in real life. Like, personally, I do not fuck with you. That's the energy that they give. Watch this.
The New York Daily News?
No, but
that's not going to happen.
We put a different kind of onus on our athletes than we do, and you made mention of that on your podcast.
I don't deny that.
Wait, so first off, I'm not the one.
I don't deny that.
I'm being sensitive.
I don't deny that.
But you're the one that seemed very emotional.
Oh my God.
In the subject matter, Stephen A.
Go ahead, Jay.
Come on, man.
Go ahead, Jay.
Come on, man.
Go ahead, Jay.
I'm not sitting up here on national TV absolving Kyrie Irving of every decision.
Fair use.
I'm not going
fair
back
use.
every decision. I'm just saying how it's interesting to me. It just carries such a bigger momentum, in particular with you, more so than anybody else.
Jay,
Look at Jay's face, bro. That's also what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna stop it just like twice so I can speak, so they won't be on my ass. But yes, Stephen A. Smith does not like to be called out, and this is how you know, because somebody asked, what? It's crazy that Jay Williams brought up Stephen A. being triggered, and Stephen A. saying I'm triggered all the time, and Jay Williams saying no, you're not. Like, that's conflicting. No, it's not conflicting. Here's the reason why that makes sense. The reason why Jay said you are triggered was because he was insinuating something. He was insinuating that when it comes to black athletes, black entertainers, black anything, you are more harsh. You get more triggered by this. And Stephen A's response was, I'm triggered all the time. Jay said, no, you're not. You wasn't triggered with Aaron Rodgers. You wasn't triggered with Tom Brady. You wasn't triggered with with Ben Roethlisberger. You wasn't triggered with Jerry Jones. Please explain how you're triggered all the time. Stephen A. There was an insinuation there. Listen to the rest of this, man, because it got worse.
What I would ask you is do me a favor. Stop telling us what you find interesting and just tell us what you feel.
No, my job is to be interesting.
You say I find it interesting. You always say that. Say what you saying.
Ooh, damn! He just tried to call that man sweet. He just tried to call that man sweet. I didn't even, bro. I'm telling you right now. I was listening to it earlier. I was watching and listening, and I wasn't fully paying attention. I didn't see that movement right there. I was like, damn, Stephen A. sounded a little sweet. But then with the movements, it's like he calling Jay sweet.
Say I find it interesting. You always say that. Say what you're saying. What are you saying?
What did I just say?
What are you saying?
Oh, shit.
What am I saying? I just said what I'm saying, Stephen A.
Which is?
And I'm not allowed to say what I find interesting.
Of course you are.
But once again,
I invite you on the show to say what's interesting.
He thinks you're too preoccupied with Kyrie, too hard on Kyrie.
Did I mention Kyrie Irving last week before he demanded a trade? We were talking football. How many times have I mentioned Kyrie Irving over the last few weeks?
I don't seem to be the one being triggered right now.
Well, I'm always triggered.
No, you're not.
Oh, yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you are not.
Okay.
These niggas sound like little kids. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Yes, you are.
Right now.
Well, I'm always triggered.
No, you're not.
Oh, yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you are not. I've seen you. I watch your
problem.
show every day.
So what?
All right, are we talking about Kyrie or is this personal?
It seems personal.
I don't want to.
Ooh-wee. Now, Jay, I feel like for a while has been like trying to start pushing himself into the put me on a different show or give me my own show route, which is what a lot of people do when they start getting into it with Stephen A. Smith. Because you got to understand, this is Stephen's show. And anytime Stephen wants you out of there, all he got to do is go to his boss, walk upstairs and say, hey, Master Boss ESPN. I swear for God, Jay Williams, he called me out one more time, one more again. I'm going to have to send, you going to have to send him out packing. We'll send him up north. Because I can't have it, Master. I won't do it, Master. The only people talk to me crazy is you. Master, only you can talk to me this way. Not Jay. Now, Max Kellerman, he wanted to be black, so I gave him the black treatment. You see how that turned out.
To be personal.
What seems personal?
It seems personal for you.
For me with Kyrie?
Yes.
You
1,000,000%.
You of all people with all the interest you have got the nerve to sit here in national television and tell me I'm getting personal with a player? I don't lose no sleep.
I didn't say you lose sleep.
I don't lose any sleep
I
over
didn't say
Kyrie
you lose
Irving.
sleep.
Uh-oh.
I'm passionate about the subjects I'm passionate about. I don't accuse you of getting personal when you take the position.
You have accused me of getting personal.
Oh, my God.
You have,
All
Stephen
right.
A.
Can I go on the court?
I'ma leave it
Can I go
alone.
on the court
I'ma
real
leave
quick?
it alone.
Because I'd like to.
Basketball.
Because when we
I'ma
started
leave it
off.
alone.
We both got a lot to say.
All right.
You do?
Yeah.
You do?
Okay,
Then say
guys.
it, Jay.
Can I?
Uh-oh. Now that was the say it, Jay, so I can go to the front office and get your black ass out of here. That's what that was.
Because
Listen.
when we started off.
Look at his face.
All right.
You do?
Yeah.
You do?
Okay,
Then say
guys.
it, Jay.
Can I?
Then say
I-
it,
I'm
Jay.
not in here for that. I'm not in here for
Then
that.
say it, Jay.
I'm on your show.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, that's what I thought, Jay. That's what I thought, Jay. You don't come on my show and speak to me, Stephen A. Smith, any kind of way. That's what I thought. Jay. That's what I thought. I can hear him talking to himself in his fucking head. That's what I thought. You bald-headed sucker-ass nigga. That's what I thought. You don't speak to me this way. You on my show. You on the Stephen A. First Take show. That's what I thought. Look, man. It's always something with these two. Let me just say this, man. Jay, I respect you for calling out Stephen A. I really do. I respect you for that. I respect you for not taking it to where you could have or wanted to. But here's the thing, man. You are on the show of a person who is abiding by the rules and staying on code for a different side. His position is not going to change. His opinion is not going to change. He's not going to look at things differently because he's set now. He's good. He doesn't your what you have to say, he can only combat. And I explained earlier to somebody the different energy. I'm like, he doesn't keep that same energy. And the problem with that is in the way that we confirm that is when anybody calls him out, he goes harder on the people that called him out than on the person that they are calling him out for going light on. When the Jerry Jones shit just happened, perfect recent example. When the Jerry Jones shit happened, people went in on Stephen A. Smith for how he handled that situation. You know what he did? He went on First Take to let it be known that he was going to go at black people on his podcast, then proceeded to go on his podcast to do just that. Did he do that about Jerry Jones? No, he did not. And Jerry Jones was trying to actively keep your mama out of school. Stephen A. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. I am just saying. How, you know what? I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna just move forward because I wanna wrap this up. I ain't gonna keep y'all long, man. We gotta speak on this before we go, man. LeBron James, 36 points closer to winning the scoring title. How do y'all feel about that? Let me get y'all thoughts on that before we move around. Let me get y'all thoughts on that before we move around. I got some things to handle today. Also, the Grammys was like, we'll get back. Hey, should I say it? Should I say what I was gonna say about the Grammys? Should I say what I was gonna say about the Grammys? They did a celebration for 50 years of hip hop, and everybody was like, "Oh man, this is so dope!" Like, yeah, the Grammys, yeah, that's great. But it's like the year before that, and then the year before that, and the year before that, the year before that, and the year before that, y'all niggas was like, the Grammys is racist, the Grammys is this, the Grammys is rigged, the Grammys be trying to do this, the Grammys is that. Niggas was pissing in their Grammys, niggas was throwing their Grammys in the toilet, niggas was shaming the Grammys, and now all of a sudden they brought 50 years of hip hop celebration to that motherfucker, and y'all like, yeah. We'll be back in those niggers' good graces once we do this hip-hop thing. Once we put this jigaboo hip-hop shit on TV, those niggers are going to love us. They're going to love us. Yeah, put some Busta Rhymes in there. Let them rap all figgity fast and shit. Give those niggers a run for their money. Yeah, put some MC Lyte in there, some Queen Latifah. Some Method Man, some Wu-Tang. Yeah, we'll do that for them. Black assholes, talk about us. We run you Negroes. That's how I felt. But anyway, LeBron James, 36 points away from beating Kareem. Let me tell y'all, man, the conversations surrounding the greatest player of all time, yeah, it can be subjective. But I don't want to hear anybody say that this man isn't great. You know what I'm saying? LeBron James, not only as a basketball player, but as an individual, as a person, I feel like is a good dude. Now, that doesn't say people can't disagree with some of the things he said or some of the things he's done in his career, but you can't say that the dude has done anything bad to anybody or done anything bad in the league or in his personal life. I heard he smashed Yes Jules, but that's neither here nor there. You motherfuckers would have did the same thing. And I understand people's, basketball love and how they hate, certain players when they come against their teams and shit like that. We've all heard it. Like, I seen the people who hated Kobe cry like a baby when that man died. You understand? So I understand the appreciation and respect for the game. But I'm just saying, you shouldn't wait till somebody's dead and gone for you to appreciate what they did for the game. This man has spent most of his life, since he was 18 years old, in the National Basketball Association. This man, this is just like Brady. Brady has spent half of his life in the NFL. LeBron has spent majority of his life in the NBA. Give that man some credit. And he's still going to be here when his son gets to the NBA. That's crazy. That's crazy. I do not know many if at all, will somebody correct me if I'm wrong? Was there ever a father-son duo in the NBA? Not even duo, but a father and a son in the NBA at the same time. Let me know. Let me know so I can give them their props. I won't give this man the first of all time, but if there isn't, come on, man. That's all I'm saying. Give that man his flowers. Give him his respect. Give him his respect. This man is about to become the #1 scorer in NBA history. Give that man his fucking props. Be glad that you were alive to see greatness. Shout out to that man. Shout out to LeBron. Shout out to his family. Shout out to the Lakers. I hope, they not finna go to no championship or no shit like that because they ass. But, give that man his props. Give that man his fucking props. GMS fam, the green room. Today has been a dope episode. I got to get out of here because I got things I need to take care of. I got things I need to do. The money is calling. I got to answer. You feel me? So what I need y'all to do is hit that like button. Follow me on my socials. I follow everybody back. Hit the Cash App today if you are feeling generous. I would most appreciate it. You'll be helping out the GMS show immensely. Be a member of the GMS show by clicking the join button below the screen. I want to see y'all in that comment section, man. Let me see at least 3, 4, 5 of y'all in that comment section when the live is over, man. I want to see y'all in that comment section. Let's get it. Put a GMS in the chat. He said, he got that I'm too old for this shit face. He really do. LeBron said, all right, y'all, man, I done had enough of you motherfuckers. All right? I done had enough of you niggas. Didn't LeBron just tweet yesterday like, maybe it's me. Maybe it's me, man. I don't know. I thought I was great, but I guess not. That's it. That was the energy he was giving off. Maybe it's me, okay? That's what niggas say when they try to come to a conclusion about who they are in their relationship with their girl. You know what? Baby, it's me. It's me. I'm tired of beating around the bush. I'm wrong. I did wrong, okay? You didn't do nothing. You was great. It was me, okay? Maybe I don't play defense enough, okay? Maybe I'm not motivating my team the way that I should. Maybe I should have got DeMar DeRozan instead of Westbrook. Maybe. I had one more chance too recently. I could have did it. I could have brought Kyrie to the Lakers, but I couldn't do it. I didn't have the energy. I was sleepy. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. Let me get the fuck out of here, man. GMS Family Green Room, thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all do y'all due diligence. Share this video with everybody. Let them know where to pull up to every week to come catch the GMS show, man. I'll see y'all Wednesday and Friday. Subscribe to the 3Gs podcast. And make sure you subscribe to my Twitch, man. I play a lot of music there, and we have fun over at my Twitch. So go ahead and subscribe to my Twitch. That's Black GMS, BLACKK GMS on Twitch and come vibe out whenever we go live and play music, man. GMS fam, the Green Room has been real. We out.